Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Football Central podcast. I'm your host JJ, along with my co-host Alex. No guest today, um, but today's not gonna be a super long episode. We're just gonna talk about the landscape of the football world right now, going into the last. I think it's the last match week before the international break, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So obviously, our last episode was at the end of August or the beginning of September. Now it is October 3rd, day of recording. And we have some more team of the months for you. So we're going to start quickly with that. And Alex, would you like to start us off with the goalkeeper?
Sure. I just want to clarify. I'm going with a 3-4-3 because I just couldn't think of a left back to be honest. So I'm just going with 3-4-3. I went with Allison in goal. I know the Sunderland keeper has been really good, but I felt like Allison was just keeping them in so many games. He's just so good. Like, I obviously really like Raya, but there's just no way he can be the best keeper in the Prem because Allison's still there, and he's just like Liverpool have played so bad recently, and he's just saving them from getting embarrassing results.
Yeah, Allison's been great. How do you think they're going to do without him? I know he's out for at least the Chelsea game.
I saw their next run of games kind of tough. They have I think it's Chelsea, United. I forget who's third. Then Villa, and then City.
Mm-hmm.
It might be Sunderland. I'm not sure. I know we play Sunderland soon, but overall, I think it's going to be a huge loss. But they have uh, the really good backup, so
All right.
I don't think it'll be.
In goal, I did go with the Sunderland goalkeeper Roefs. I think that's how you pronounce it. Roefs.
Mhm.
That's a crazy way to spell a last name. I know he's like Dutch, but like, come on. Nah, he's. I mean, Sunderland. I mean, I didn't predict them to go down, but I predicted them like 15th. If we go back to the preseason way too early
Yeah,
rankings,
it's 16th.
I had like 15th or 16th. I had them. They're in like
Hmm.
fifth or something like that. They're top. They're mid to high table, challenging for, well, not challenging yet. It's like 4 match weeks, 5 match weeks in, but in that Europe spot, they're challenging for that. I know things can change, but this month he's just been, you know, a
Yeah.
revelation in goal. So I think that
Uh,
I think that edges him above Allison just because Liverpool. I know they haven't been playing well, but the 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 baseline is that they are good.
yeah.
But Sunderland is like a bad team. Like, they're bad. They have Xhaka and they have a bunch of nobodies. And the
I
fact
wouldn't
that,
say that. They have some decent players. Like Ballard is
no,
pretty
I
good.
understand they're decent,
And
but name value.
they're overperforming, yeah.
From name value, they literally have
Hmm.
nobody except for Xhaka that I knew coming into this season. I don't watch championship football. Probably should, but especially because like the playoffs are some of my favorite games to watch.
Hmm.
But like, I knew nobody coming into this season, and the fact that they're this high is astounding, and the fact that they've kept a clean sheet in a few games is also crazy. And that's why I have him as my goalkeeper of the month.
Um, so I went with, as I said, I went with a 3-4-3. So I have a left center back here. I went with Guardiola. I felt like he's been really good. He was kind of like that main, like against Arsenal. He was like the main, like I don't know how to explain it. He was like the centerpiece of their defense when they were
Building
parking
up.
the bus. Like,
Oh, parking the bus. Okay.
yep, parking the bus. Like, I'm not sure I've ever, you know, or I'm not sure I ever expected that from Pep, but I
I
think I
got
saw
you.
somewhere it was like the lowest possession that Pep has ever had. It was like 36%. It was something crazy, or second, like it was crazy. But yeah, so I went with him. I felt like he's been really good. I feel like he's been an even better center back than he was a left back. Like he's just super good.
Um, we'll get to when you do your central center back, I'll do my two center backs. Let's do my left back. Obviously, there's bias here, but Kukurea for me, especially in the Premier League, I think with those two red cards we had against Brighton and United, he's been sort of just like him and one other guy on this have been so consistent. Like they didn't put a foot wrong. I don't think Kukurea has put a foot wrong this in the Premier League at least this month. He's been there, and either if he comes off the bench because we've been rotating against Brighton, we started Hato, but he came on, and against United, I believe he started and he played the full 90, I believe, but the fact that we only lost 2-1 to United in a game where we should have been down so many, he was locking up that left side. They couldn't get anything down that left side because he was there. And they had so many chances from the other side because of the tuck in that Reece James does. And it's harder for him to get out there. But Kukurea he's literally, that entire left side of the pitch is his. He runs up, he'll get into the box, he'll put in great crosses, and then he'll just like sprint back and stop the attack by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the reason, because of his importance to the team. If we didn't have him, we wouldn't be the same. Like, we can run different players. Like, we can run that Hato and then Gusto running down the right side, which kind of works. But when Kukurea is there, we don't need that extra player to bomb up the side. Gusto isn't needed. He's already there doing both. So we can put a guy like Reece James there who can tuck into the midfield and help with the possession. And it's like that. That's why I have him. Obviously, Chelsea themselves haven't had the best month, but quick bounce back. I mean, we're very injury ridden, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll bounce back.
All right, so here's how we'll do it. So I'll do my central center back, then you can do both of your center backs,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll do my right center back, and you can do your right back. And then when we do midfield, I'll just do my four, and you can do three.
Right.
So with my central center back, I went Gabriel. Um, just he's so consistent every single game. He's always good. Almost never makes mistakes. Obviously, he did have that big mistake against Voltemata, where you know I know he wanted a foul, but I think everybody knows that's not a foul. He's a really big guy. He doesn't go down that easily, and he, especially coming from him, who's like one of the main guys that you know jumps on people and like gets all these bullet headers, and he's always pushing people around in the box. Like he's the last person to be complaining about that. So I thought that was kind of silly from him, but then obviously he responds with the bullet header, gets us the win, gets us the 3 points, and Voltamata wasn't shaking his hand before, so he's doing like the hand behind his back thing. That was I really like how good he's been, and really the only mistake he made, he just made up for it, man. So
Speaking of, well, I don't really need to talk much about my two because you already had them. I have Gvardiol and Gabriel, so I don't
yeah.
need to talk much. But I do want to speak on how surprised I've been about Voltemade coming in,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah, he's
I
been good.
remember when we did our last pod, we said that, or at least I said, both of you I think said he would be a flop. I said I think he could be a flop, but I want him to be good. And he's been what I expected him to be, which is great. I love the fact that he can still, because I know a lot of guys come from Germany, like him and Šeško are about the same size. Šeško hasn't done anything so far, but he's came in and been a spark in that Newcastle team that they needed when they lost Isak. And I'm really happy. Although I am a bit salty that we didn't get him, because we do need, we got Delap, but he's injured. Like, we need a 9.
And he's not close to Wolf Amada, bro. If we're being
We also
honest.
got him for 30 million cheaper, so.
Yeah, that's true. But I think he's more than 30 million.
But
less of a
this
player.
month
But, yeah.
has really shown me that a good 9 is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because in our team, like, João Pedro's been good, but it's very tough for us to play without that 9. Because João Pedro's a guy who loves dropping in. And, like, we've been playing Tyreek George at striker. Like, it's hard times. I heard that Guiu's going to get some play time versus Liverpool, but we don't know.
I'll do my right center back here. So I went with Timber again. I went with him at right back last month. I think he is the best right back in the Prem. I think it's pretty simple. And obviously, Reece James is good. And I think at his peak, like, he would definitely be the best. Like, there's so many things he's good at. But I think at the moment, it has to be Timber as the best right back in the Prem. He's just so good at everything. And I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. He's just really, really good.
All right. Yeah, I mean, my right back is your right center back, Timber.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have put Reece James if we had a better month because he's been great, but I can't really put that many Chelsea players. Like last month I could because we had a great month, went undefeated, but yeah, Timber. Not much to say again. Great right back.
Mm-hmm. So I will just say one here, and then, or I'll put my first two. So my first mid, I didn't try to balance it with like their play styles or anything. I just did the 4 best mids in my opinion. So I had Zubamendi in there. I believe he's a candidate for Player of the Month. He has been phenomenal. Obviously he had the brace against Forest. That was so good, man. The volley was great. I know it took a little deflection, but it's cool. But really, just he's been so good. Odegaard hasn't had a ton of time to come in, but I've seen Odegaard be better, and it's because of Zubamendi, which I've explained multiple times on this podcast when we were discussing the signing of him. He lets Odegaard play more forward, and he doesn't have to drop back to get the ball, which, I mean, Odegaard is really, I feel like right now he is playing like himself, which we'll get to more when we talk about the Champions League, but I think Zubamendi really helped with that, and I think he's just been great. And then my second one is Kamada. Just really good. The whole team's been great in general. I mean, super unexpected start to the season. I mean, I knew that, I felt like I knew they would be good. I didn't think they'd be this good. I think the European tax will hit at some point, but they're playing phenomenal.
Now, don't crucify me, but I don't have Zubimendi in my list. Now, this is because I replaced him with the best player in the Premier League, which is Chelsea's other best player, Moises Caicedo.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Moises Caicedo, you could find the clip, but there was him versus Brighton when we were down. I think it was versus Brighton, or it might have been versus... No, it was versus Benfica. Now, again, Premier League is different. But he made 4 tackles in the span of 30 seconds. Do you know how insane that is? Like he's literally like I talked about how Kukure is everywhere down the left side. The only reason he can do that is because Caicedo's literally everywhere on the pitch at once. There was I think it was versus Brighton. After our first goal, we had another shot at a goal. He put a perfect ball for Neto. Neto crosses it in, and there's no one there. But he made that. There was a perfect dink. Like he's literally everything you can ask out of a defensive midfielder. He can run for ages. He can give great balls. He can hold possession. And he's also a bit aggressive. Like he's a strong player. And Moises Caicedo, in my opinion, is the best player in the Premier League. And I don't think there's like a shadow of a doubt that there's anyone close. Moises Caicedo is that good at football. And you obviously don't watch Chelsea in the Premier League. I know you watch the champ. You do? What games have you watched this year?
I watched Brighton. I watched just specifically this month. I think I watched Brighton, and then I watched a bit of the United game. But
Okay.
I know how good Caicedo is. I feel like just from what I've seen of him, which I guess also has been more Champions League, so I don't know if it factors in as much. I feel like he hasn't been at his best, which is still insane. Like he's still playing insanely well.
That's because he's playing hurt.
Had better months.
Maresca came out, says he's playing hurt. Him and Fernandez both are playing hurt right now because we have so many injuries. Like
Enzo just sucks in general though. So
hey, he still gets his goals. Like I don't know how this works.
I don't care.
Like,
I don't care. He's so bummed.
Like he's terrible. He'll play like absolutely terrible, and he'll still find a way to get like man of the match because he scored the game winner. Like it's kind of insane. Hopefully he does better. I love Enzo. Anyways, Caicedo, he just brings a level that nobody else in the world can do. Like there's players like Rice. Like Rice is good, but Rice can't do what Caicedo does. If Rice was in this team, we would lose every game. Like unfortunately, because no one can fill that position.
You say that. They do different things. Caicedo's asked to be that like defensive rock, and Rice is asked to be the like.
I understand, but Caicedo does both. That's the thing. When you watch him, he'll be.
So does Rice.
He'll be playing center back, move to left back, go give a perfect ball in. Like I just don't think Rice can do it to the level that Caicedo can. Not that this is a bash on Rice, because Rice is still a great player, but I get so passionate to talk about Moises Caicedo because he's so good.
I can tell.
And we actually do have one player who can replace him. Unfortunately, he's injured. Dario Asugo. If you've seen him play, he plays exactly the same as Caicedo, which is astounding. I don't know how we found two of the same player. But he's injured. So, yeah. So Caicedo's one, and then the other one I have Kamada as well. Kamada's been great. Don't need to talk much. You already spoke. He's been great. Crystal Palace have been great this year, and I hope they do better. Like keep doing as good as they are.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay, so my last two midfielders are James Garner. I feel like he's had a really underrated couple of performances in September. So I don't know. I just feel like I've been watching more of him recently, and I feel like he's been pretty good. I know Xhaka was nominated for Player of the Month, but I didn't put him in because I just haven't been watching Sunderland, so I feel like it'd be kind of unfair to just put him in just based on what other people are saying. Like, I personally haven't seen him, so that's why I didn't put him in. Gravenberch was my last one. I know he had a really shaky performance against who'd they just play in the Champions League? Galatasaray.
Yeah.
My brain went foggy for a second, but I know he had a shaky performance there, but like besides that, he has been so good every single game. You know, he's just doing everything. He's playing super well. So
I implore you to watch more of Chelsea when they don't have a red card. please,
Yeah.
because like I understand that you
I'll be
haven't watched.
watching against Liverpool. So
Yes, I understand. You'll see how important. Like he'll make. Sorry, Caicedo will make a mistake here and
bro,
there,
oh my god.
but he makes up with it with his energy. Anyways, you mentioned the guy I have. I have Shaka. I mean, the way that he's come into the Sunderland team again, like he's the only player that I knew. The way that he's come into the Sunderland team and led them up to where they are now is just incredible, and they're great defensively, and that's partly because of him and his way to hold down the midfield like that. And I haven't watched much of Sunderland, but what I have seen, he's been great. Onto the
Okay.
forwards.
Do we want to start with left or right?
It doesn't matter.
All right, I'll start with left. I gotta hold my hands up, man. Gotta apologize to this Bretta because I don't know if you guys remember last month. I was actually saying he should be the worst player of the month. Gabriel Martinelli, man.
Bro's living off that
I
one
thought
winner, bro.
I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone. But he has been so good recently. Now, I will say a couple performances have been in the Champions League. So, maybe it's not the best pick. Could have also gone Doku. I was debating between him. He has been so good. But I want Martinelli. I feel like he's been really good. I feel like even in the Prem, just his level of play has been better because Arteta is kind of having him play differently, and he's like shifting more inside, getting in the box more, which I feel like is great because that's exactly what he needs to be doing, and that's when he plays at his best is when he's in the box, when he's more central. So, he's never been that like touchline winger because all he does on the touchline is receive the ball, do his little side steps, and then loses the ball out of bounds or pass it. I'm
Gabriel
really glad he's
Fartinelli
doing
is
well.
still very real. I don't have him in here. I have
Yeah.
Alex Iwobi. He's had a great September.
That's a good shout.
He's
Good
had a
shout.
great September. Especially that performance against who was it again? I have it pulled up here. Against Brentford. Brentford. He had a great performance against Brentford. And we're not counting we're recording this after the Bournemouth game, but
After
again
the
but this is August already, so I'm not counting that. Or we're not counting that. But yeah, Iwobi's been great. I think Fulham in general have been just a solid team. I mean, obviously they lost to the mighty Chels off a shaky decision, but ever since that decision, Chelsea's been getting like kind of cucked with these decisions. Like if you see, we'll get into that later, but yeah, Iwobi's been great. I thought he was very, especially. I mean, this is August technically, but even in the game against Chelsea, he was great. He played very positive. And yeah, he's just had a great month.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna go with the right wing first before we go to striker. I went with Minta. I feel like he's been really good. Um, for Brighton. Um, he just I felt like last season I didn't see this from him and even earlier, but he has been really good. Whenever I've watched him this season, he's been really good. He is getting the GA as well, so it's not like it's just good performances. Like, he's just been really good in terms of end product and in terms of just overall ability. I feel like he's just been great, and he's been underrated as well. So
I also have
yeah.
Minte. I watched him tear up. Um, I watched him tear up Chelsea, tear up Hato. I mean, not tear up Hato, but because he did a lot of good things against Chelsea, getting down to that touchline, putting balls in, but it was very hard for him. At the end of when Hato, like right before Kukurea got subbed on, like at that threshold of the second half, or like right after the start of the second half, he was where he was getting his most opportunities because I guess sluggish Hato coming out of halftime. but he was very again. I think he was the real when Brighton went down. He was the only one that was positive against Chelsea. Like because you'll see, or you would see a bunch of their players just not do anything with his balls. Like he had great balls into the box and there was just nobody there. He was the only guy trying to be progressive with his crosses and with his play. And
Yeah,
I really
I
like
agree.
that out of a winger because when you have that winger going forward, it really encourages the rest of the team. That's why they came back. I mean, part of it was the red card, but you know, when you have those players that really push the team forward and not have them, I don't know, I kind of sound corny here, but lose hope in a game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
When you have that player, it's harder to lose hope in a game because you're you have one player who's like, come on, let's do this, and the rest of the team got behind him. I think he's great in that sense, and he's also just a really skillful player, very fast, big pacey guy. Not big, but he's a pacey guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I agree. He's fantastic, and I 100% agree on that front in terms of leadership and stuff. Even for me playing and also for me watching, whenever you have that one guy, especially if it's an attack or like midfield, that's just like telling everybody to just keep going, keep pressing, or even sometimes say anything. They just show it with their play. I think that's just so motivating. So yeah.
I think we
But
have the
getting into
same.
striker,
I think we have the same guy.
it has to be Holland,
I
bro.
mean, he's been so
It
good.
it
Like,
makes me so mad, bro. Like, but
stay
he's
humble, stay
absolutely
humble,
insane.
Stay.
Okay, bro.
Nah, but
Yeah.
like, I saw this stat. Holland, what, has like 5 goals in 4 games, and this is like his worst start in a Premier League campaign.
Oh yeah, it was his. Yeah, yeah.
You know how crazy that is to have more than a goal a game and this be your worst goal start to a, like,
Mhm.
he's so, like, even when he plays bad, like, I think, like, as a footballer, like, all around, I think João Pedro's a better footballer than Erling Haaland. But Erling Haaland is just so good at that one thing that he does that it trumps literally everything else that anyone does.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like Erling Haaland cannot play the way Pep loved his strikers. Like he loved when Messi came down. That's why he had Messi up top playing as like that deep lying false nine. Aguero could link up and play, but Haaland can't do that. Haaland sucks at that. But he just
Shit,
scores.
what?
Link up play?
Holland has link up play, bro. What?
He holds the ball. He has hold up play. He doesn't have link up play. There's a difference there. He can hold the ball because he's big. He can't link up play between his
Oh
midfielders.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
his hold up play is fine.
Yeah, yeah. Hold up.
His
play.
link
Yeah,
up
yeah.
play sucks. Like he
Yeah.
can't link the play between the midfield and the attack because his first touch just kind of sucks. He gets balls in and he'll score. That's like what he's good at. He can hold up the play, send his wingers up because he's so big. But like he's the
I feel like
opposite of what.
he's a little underrated though.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
people
mean,
kind of
I would.
like just because he's so good in the box. I feel like people, but I think he's
But there's
better
just
than
like
people
I
give him
remember
credit for.
watching
But
the Wolves game, and he scored. I think he scored in that game against Wolves. But
his only
before
game he hasn't scored was Spurs.
before he scored against Wolves, he didn't do anything. Like I think he touched the ball once. Like, and if you can score a goal after touching the ball like 3 times in a game, I think that's what separates top tier strikers versus top tier players.
Yeah, I think for me the reason that he is just so annoying to play against is because I feel like with certain players, right? You come into a game and if they aren't playing well, then you'll kind of feel like more safe or comfortable. Like if you're playing against Yamal, right? And he's not having his best game, right? Like take the Portugal one in the
Mm-hmm.
Nations League.
Yeah.
I was cheering for Portugal, and so I was like, oh yeah, I feel comfortable. I think Nuno's going to continue locking him up, and he did. Um, and so that was just like a lot of times when your other team's like best player is getting locked up, and not doing anything, you feel comfortable and you can tell that they're not going to do anything for the rest of the game. With Haaland, he could do nothing, and then he gets the ball, he gets one touch in the box, and you're up 1-0. It's a tie game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't. He just affects the game so much because he's such an insane threat that you get one good ball in, or you get a ball in the air even, and it's in the back of the net.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
they would say the kids nowadays would say his aura. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's a stinker. That's a stinker, bro.
Oh, you've had a stinker, mate. Mate, you've had a stinker. Yeah. Haaland's a scary boy. I mean, he scored with his balls against Chelsea last year, so like he can score with anything. Yeah.
Okay. All right. For our next segment, we're gonna talk about just overall what's been going on in the Champions League, because if you guys have watched the other videos, you would know that we have been mainly Premier League focused, and so I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about other leagues. So first thing, Mbappe and Kane, and we could also I also want to talk about how good they've been in their own leagues, just in general. Both of them have been on another planet.
Skulls.
To be honest, I think it's great for the sport to have Mbappe, Haaland, and Kane all firing at the same time. It's just like crazy to see.
I can't wait for Kane to become a kicker in the NFL.
Gyökeres is gonna be the fourth one in that combo very soon.
All right, bro.
He's been playing better and improving his performances, and once he starts scoring, he's gonna get in that combo. You guys will see. Anyway, that's the point. So yeah, they've been insane. Mbappe obviously with a brace against Marseille. Second one was not a pen, but he still scored. And then a hat trick against Kyrat. So he's been playing better. Or he's been playing not better. He's been playing really well. So has Kane.
I can't wait for that guy to become an NFL kicker.
Who?
Kane? He said that he wants to do that. No, like he's literally said he wants to do that.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
He said that he wants to do that.
So yeah, they've been absolutely insane. What do you think?
Sorry, the dog wanted out. Yeah, I mean.
Hold up, just do another 3, 2, 1.
All right.
3, 2.
Yeah, I mean, Kane and Mbappe, like, they're just household names. And I know last season Mbappe got onto a very slow start. This season he's doing much better. And I don't know, I think this could be his faded Ballon d'Or year, because we've been talking about it since he's been 18. When is he going to win his Ballon d'Or? When is he going to win the Ballon d'Or? Although that award has lost a little bit of credibility now that Dembele won it. Like, if you told me Dembele would have won the Ballon d'Or, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, I would have...
He deserves it, though.
I know he deserves it. I know he deserves it. But the fact that we have players like Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or is kind of just, like, crazy. If you told me that... If you told me that, like, 3 years ago, I would have called you crazy. I would have put you in an insane asylum. Like, I'm not joking. Like, he's sucked.
See, I hear that, and I know other people. I actually disagree. I'm on the other side. I actually really like having it not just be like all these crazy players, because I feel like when you have these like great seasons by players, it's really cool to see like all these different players get involved in the. Rafinha didn't win it. He was robbed getting 5th. He should have been definitely higher than 5th. I don't know how Pedri was 11th. Like, that was just rage bait. Who let my man Cole Palmer top 10?
Hey, we don't speak about that. We don't speak about that. He deserves that.
But yeah. I mean, I think Rafinha, obviously he didn't win it, but like if he had won it, that would be another one where he wasn't like
Bretta was at Leeds 3 years ago and he won the Ballon d'Or. Like
yeah,
that
exactly.
would.
And then people were not like glazing him at Barca and just until recently.
You know,
So
Barca
I
stole him
feel
from
like
Chelsea.
those kind of players. What do you mean?
Like that was like a big saga. Like Rafinha was gonna come to Chelsea, but then Barca like
Mm.
snatched him.
I did not know that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like having the
Also,
not just the same couple players all the time.
also Holland. Holland was supposed to come to Chelsea, but we got Lukaku instead. It was another big one. Anyways, yeah, I think that it's great when we have these like lesser guys, but it kind of just feels like a step down. Like I love I love that Messi and Ronaldo aren't winning it back to back. Like that's cool because you get new players involved. But when it's players like Ousmane Dembele with that name value, it's like there's no name value there. Like it used to be like a big deal with like especially the American fans. It's like, oh, Messi won the Ballon d'Or. You know, he's so good. We need to watch. But then Americans hear Ousmane Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or. It's like, who's this guy? Ousmane, they can't even pronounce his name correctly. Like I don't know. It's just a bit weird to me. Like I think it would have been better for PR for the sport if Yamal won it. Lamal. I almost said Lamal. If Yamal won it, it would have been much better for PR. But I'm glad they gave it to. I'm glad they gave it to Dembele because he deserved it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. From a marketing standpoint, it was the wrong decision.
What is going on in Azerbaijan?
Azerbaijan.
Karabakh, man. Karabakh.
Who they played?
They played Benfica the first week and had a comeback win. I believe they won 3-2 and then they beat Copenhagen, I believe.
You know who else beat Chelsea?
Who drew?
I mean, fuck.
They drew with.
I said it wrong.
They drew with Leverkusen last week.
Okay.
Copenhagen did. So
Okay.
it's not like they're that bad. So I think those are two quality wins.
I was gonna say, you know who else beat Benfica and then go into Chelsea, but I said Chelsea. I said it wrong. We'll talk about, since we were on the topic of Kane before, we'll talk about that game versus Chelsea, the first game. That was probably the biggest game of the match week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just like name value wise.
Yeah.
And it was a good game. I don't think that Chelsea played bad. It wasn't a bad game by any means. That was a fun game to watch. I don't know. There was a bit of a miss. I don't know. I don't know if I didn't like the way the first goal. Obviously, as a Chelsea fan, but I think people can atone for this. But I don't like the way that the first goal was scored. It was very because like the Kimmich gets the free kick and then it gets off the ref. And then he just drops the ball and they kick it to the other side and then score. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Like it should have stood. It's nothing we can do about it. It just didn't feel right. And that penalty,
They don't play you though. Let's be honest.
I mean, I don't even think they played that much better. Like they just took their chances. No, I'm serious. They played well. They won the game, but they didn't play that much of a higher level than us. Like the 3-1 scoreline kind of like discredits Chelsea. Because we played really well that game. And I think that if that first goal...
In aspects you did, but I don't know. Overall, I think they definitely outplayed you.
I think that if we didn't give up that penalty, I think it would have been a completely different game. But again, we did. So there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Because Palmer came back and scored that goal right after. Beautiful counterattack, by the way. Great goal.
I don't know if I've talked about it on here. I don't think I have. Why is he not picking up the ball?
Who?
Why is he not picking up the ball? Palmer.
What do you
Why
mean?
is he not picking up the ball? He dinks the ball in. I know it didn't stand, but he didn't know that at the time. He dinks the ball in, right? Great goal. Then he goes off to the corner flag to start doing his little celebration. Why is he not picking up the ball? You're down 3-2. What are you doing?
He had another guy. Another
You know what
guy
I
was
mean?
going to pick it up. I think Enzo picked it up already.
But he wasn't going back.
I think he was,
he's
though.
Aura farming, bro. He's aura farming.
Hey, let them in Aura Farm, bro. Let them in Aura Farm.
No, bro.
What do you
I
mean?
think it's stupid, but I don't know. They were criticizing Martinelli for the same thing. But
It's Cole Palmer though. There's a difference
nah,
between Fartinelli and Cole Palmer. Like, come on. Two different levels,
yeah.
bro. There's levels.
Martinelli's clear, fair. Um,
Look at this guy,
nah.
bro. Look
So
at this guy.
Chelsea game.
Benfica.
One big thing. No, the first one.
Oh,
So, one big thing about that first game. Well, just for Bayern in general, I think Elise is insane this season.
he's too
And
nonchalant, bro.
he was great last
He's
season,
more
too.
aura farm than Palmer, bro. You see that picture?
Nah, but
Do you see that picture where they were like celebrating?
no, I didn't.
There was a video of them celebrating. They're all going like,
Oh,
yeah!
the
And Elise was like,
yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah,
like
um,
it gets to a point, bro. Like, just give it up, bro.
Yeah. But he's been insane this season. That's another thing. Obviously,
Another guy
certain
Chelsea
people
should have
know
gotten.
I've gotten flamed before for last season, which was my first season watching football. Man, I used to get flamed because I kind of was a sofa score merchant. I've switched to FOTMob now, but I'm not a FOTMob merchant either. But I used to be like match rating merchant, and just I've watched a ton more games this season, and I'm just learning that like at times it's so inaccurate. Like Elise
Oh
didn't even
yeah,
have a good rating. He was one of the best players on the pitch against Chelsea. You know
dude.
what I mean?
Enzo
I
has a
thought he was absolutely
8.5 plus
insane.
in basically every game. He sucks.
Yeah, and so my man,
Like,
I cannot stand Enzo, bro. He's
I love
so
Enzo though.
I don't know. Anyway,
Speaking of Enzo, in that Benfica game, the Benfica fans were like throwing shit at him while he was trying to take the corner, and Mourinho had to come and calm him down. It was really funny. Speaking of that Benfica game, there isn't really much to speak about because, like, nothing really happened.
yeah, it was
Like
pretty
there
boring.
was the own goal. Garnacho did get credited with an assist for that, which I like because I mean he gave the ball into the box. If the guy wasn't there, then Enzo would have scored the goal. But you know, speaking of, I really I didn't expect Garnacho to come in and play the way he has, but he's been very solid for us. I think that first off, I was gonna, as we were talking about decisions, he came on against Brentford and was a very big spark in that. I thought again we should have won that game. It was a bad decision. They did come out and say that final goal was offside by Carvalho, and people were blaming Garnacho for keeping him onside, and that just wasn't the case. That's one decision, but I think otherwise he's been good. I really don't like the way Gittins has been playing. I like him. I like Gittins, but I just really think that his place in this team isn't found yet. And when we have players like Neto, Estevao, Garnacho, like that's his place in the team isn't solidified yet, and I hope it will be. But yeah,
Yeah, so sad for me as a big Richard Rios fan, man. Oh, the on goal killed me. But moving on. Another huge game, PSG Barca. Super high stakes going into this game, or maybe not high stakes, but like uh got really hyped up.
we got washed up fraud
To be
scoring game
honest,
winners. Like, come on.
I thought that it was gonna be Barca winning because so many injuries for PSG. But I think I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think Nuno Mensch has to be obviously. You know, I gotta defend myself. I don't know why I'm holding my AirPods. Anyway, so I have to say, you know, I haven't been watching for as long, so I haven't seen some of the best fullbacks ever. I feel like he has the potential to be in that debate if he stays healthy.
Not even
I'm
close.
no, I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's not even close.
Bro, no. I'm dead serious, bro.
There's
From what I've
no
seen from him,
there's no one.
I've heard other people talking about this.
I d-
He is so good offensively. He's so good defensively. He does everything. Lamine Yamal is one of the best players in the world. He's had 2 games against him, and he clamped him. He's one of the only players to clamp him.
Yeah, but
right?
then he got cooked by
Yamal.
Cole Palmer and João Pedro in the Club World Cup final. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, okay, bro. I don't care. Anyway.
You don't think they were trying?
Yeah. No, he was. I'm joking. But he is the first person to stop Yamal Aura farming, bro. Because the reason I say that is because Yamal, every single time, he does like these like gambling things where he like puts something on his story before the game to like, you know, try to act tough. He was not crazy against PSG. He had that crazy spin, which I was like, when I saw him do the little like spin thing, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna. But not really. I don't think Nuno deserved a red. Some people said he deserved a second yellow. I didn't think so. I can see the debate, but yeah, PSG
I can't get over the fact,
and I think Vitinha kind of ran the midfield. So
I can't get over the fact that you said he has the potential. Like, I don't think anyone in this generation yet has the potential to be the best at their position of all time.
I'm not saying the best. I'm saying like just an all-time great. I think he can.
I mean, yeah, sure, but like he's not gonna be. Like he's a borderline. He could be borderline top 5.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the best ever.
Yeah, but like left back,
like
left
a
back's
generational player. I think he has a chance to be a generation.
It's very hard to be a generational fullback, and I don't think he has the qualities. I don't think he has the qualities for it. Like if he I don't think, first off, I don't think he can keep this up for this long because he plays he does so much. Like Marcelo, the reason Marcelo's looked at was one of the best left backs of all time is because he didn't defend. Like he didn't do that. He just went on and was the most creative at a fullback ever. Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, and then you have the other side of that, which is like Ashley Cole. Which,
Ashley Cole was a great defender.
He could put greatest defenders ever, but he didn't really do much.
I mean, he could cross once in a while, but he wasn't like a
Mm-hmm.
And then the closest you can get to a perfect fullback is Roberto Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think he was as good as attacking as Marcelo and as good of defender as Ashley Cole. So it's like a weird place.
Well, that's why I think Nuno has the chance to be like maybe not on their level, but like close because he does that whole combination. So obviously it's gonna.
You know who else does that whole combination? Cucurella. Cucurella is the best left back of all time.
All right, bro. Moving on. Second to last thing, talking point, whatever. Rasmus Højlund, man.
Bro, Manchester United's a graveyard.
Person, bro. They are because that I saw a video talking about it, so I wanted to give my take on it and kind of share their thoughts. Højlund. KDB is telling Højlund to kind of push forward more, make runs more. You know what I mean? Because what he started doing at Napoli was dropping back to receive the ball, blah, 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 blah. And he's not making as many runs because United don't pass the ball when they make those runs.
That's why I think Bruno's the most overrated player in the Premier League.
Bro, I honestly agree. I think Bruno...
Like, United fans will tell me that Bruno's better than Cole Palmer.
That's not true at all.
Like, Bruno is he's cool, like he's good, but he's good for United.
Bro, and I have
like he can score. He can score
when they're always talking about like, oh, he's the only reason we're like not getting relegated. I don't agree at all. I think like he.
I think the only reason they're not getting
an assist.
I think the only reason they're not getting relegated is because of fucking De Ligt, dude. De Ligt has been their only.
So good.
De Ligt is great. Yoro's good too, but Bruno is a GA merchant that needs to be stopped. Like the hype needs to stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like Bruno,
And I think it has this season, which is nice to see. But yeah,
Bruno
I'm not
scored against
impressed with him,
us,
and I never
and he's
have
like,
been.
and like I remember Bruno scored against us, um, when we got the red, um, and then he was like, the commentators are like, and that's why Bruno Fernandez is so dangerous. I'm like, brother, there's 10 guys on the field. Like, obviously you want to score. And then, like, they let Casemiro score. It's not a big deal that you score against 10 men Chelsea. Like, and they're trying to make it out so that, oh, he's this magical player who's always,
Hmm.
like, and he's like a rat, too. Bruno's such a rat. Like, there's nothing good. There's no good qualities about Bruno other than he can score once in a while. And I feel like
Yeah.
United have been so deprived of good players recently that they've kind of just pushed Bruno into this like Wayne Rooney like position where like he's their Lord and Savior, but he's just not as good as they think he is. Like I think he's on the same
And
he's like on the same level as like
yeah,
I'm trying to think of a player that he's not like a
don't. You're gonna get
like
clipped.
a Kudus. Like him and Kudus are on the same level. Like Kudus is
Yeah.
good, but he's not like a best player on a good team material. Like he's not
That's a clip right there. I can't lie,
like
but
Kudus is not the
fair
best
play.
player on United material,
Yeah, yeah.
and neither is Bruno. That's why you
Hmm.
need like I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm
I think
rambling.
I think with him, I think he creates a lot of problems too, like for United, because I think they talk about how he's so good, blah blah blah. He does, but his play style and just the things he does, I feel like also create a lot of problems. Also, he's missing penalties right now.
And also,
He's constantly
I've
in games,
heard
right?
that United fans want Amarim to drop him from the team and play Kobe
Mhm.
Mainu instead, which again is another player who's great on that team who doesn't get the respect he deserves. He
Yep,
should come to Chelsea and
yep,
play with his buddy
yep.
Cole Palmer.
Another thing, Amram sucks, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
apparently,
Him and Gyoker
apparently,
has brought the same level of skill to the Premier League.
apparently, the I forget who it was. It was like the one of the coaches or like the binman or something at United. One of the staff workers apparently is better than Rashford. But I'd like to see them do what he's doing at.
Like
I'd
yeah,
love to see that
United
a staff member cook at Barca, bro.
United
I think Amarim just sucks, and he's yeah. I don't know.
United is literally the graveyard for players.
Hmm.
All right, what we
Yeah.
got left?
Last one. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. What a player, man! What a player! He's 36, and he is still putting great performances for Marseille. Marseille. Um,
Marseille. That's how you pronounce it
mhm.
in French.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have too much to say about it. I just have been really with him recently.
Another player I've been really
Hit
impressed with, and I
had a
really want
couple against Madrid, but
a player I've been really impressed with this campaign, and a lot of people have also been impressed that I've seen, and that Chelsea we're looking at in the summer. It always comes back to Chelsea with me.
Yildiz.
Yes, what a player! Oh my goodness, he's
I
so
was
good.
impressed with him last year, yeah, but
He's
I've been reading
so
this guy.
good.
He's
I
so
think
good, bro.
like people I know like people gassing up Arda Güler. I think he's so much better than Arda Güler.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And
I
people
agree.
gas up Arda because he's at Madrid. They're trying to like the Lamine and
I,
Güler. Like Güler's good.
let's chill. Goulet's good.
Güler's
He's a
good,
good
but
player. He's a
like they're
quality
trying to
player.
compare him to Lamine. Like that's not a that's no. Let's not do
Yeah,
that and let's
doing
start
too much.
comparing Yildiz and Yamal. That's the
Hmm.
real comparison that should be made
Uh,
because the only reason Güler and Yamal are being compared is because it's Real Madrid Barcelona. Like I'm sorry,
yeah.
that's the only reason. And I think Yildiz, first off, they play a more similar position. Arda's more of a midfielder. Second of all, I just think Yildiz is better, and I think he will be better. And when he comes to Chelsea, he'll show that.
He's not going to Chelsea, but fairs. One thing I want to talk about quickly that's not related to Champions League. It's actually back to the Premier League. What did you think about? I just want to talk about the decisions in the Newcastle Arsenal. because that has been a big controversial thing recently. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I feel like objectively, some of the decisions were right, some of them were wrong. So I don't know if you saw that game, but first off, the um the Gabriel one I think was easy correct call, but the Gabriel handball.
I saw
don't
that.
think that's a handball.
That's the one where he was sliding and his hand was
He
up.
was sliding and his arm was up.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
That
don't
just
think
feels weird
not a
to not
10 for
call.
me.
I don't know. It really feels weird for me not to call that a penalty, because I understand like
it's just
I
not though because it
I
went
know
off his foot as well.
I know that there's it just really feels weird because like according to the rules, I saw this somewhere. It's not a penalty.
It is not a. It's not
But-
technically a penalty. I get what you're saying though.
But like it just feels like his hand is all the way up and it just like
Yeah.
smacks him.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that shouldn't be. In my like if like there's no way that just shouldn't. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to articulate.
I get what you mean though. Yeah.
It just feels wrong to
second
call that
one was
not a penalty.
The Victor Jokeres
I didn't
foul
see.
in
I
the
didn't.
box
I didn't see
by
that one.
Nicholas Pope.
Oh, Nick
It
Pope.
was a penalty. It was a penalty. I'm not gonna lie.
Are we sure it's a penalty? Hold on, let me look this up.
No, it is a penalty. It is a penalty. He gets a tiny touch on him in the box. It was kind of similar to the Sanchez red card. He gets a touch on the ball. He gets a little. I'd argue Sanchez gets more of them, but somehow, just because he gets a tiny little touch on the ball, the fact that he clatters him in the box, it's just somehow.
Hold on, let me
not
try
a
and
penalty.
find a better angle of this, because I saw a terrible angle. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I think it's 100% a penalty. He gets a little bit of the ball, but completely clatters him. Like I said, I think it's just like the Sanchez one. If you're gonna call the Sanchez one a red, then how is that not a penalty? What do you think?
I'm not sure. That looks so. From what I saw, it looks like Pope is keeping his foot out to get the ball, and you said that he does get a touch.
He gets a tiny touch, yeah.
So I wouldn't say that's a penalty, but you brought it back to the Sanchez one, and I'll admit he got like none of the ball. He literally just like dove
he got
into
the
Brad.
ball.
No, he didn't. He just dove into him.
But I've watched it. He got the ball.
I don't think that's especially because that's because the way his leg out, it was only to touch the ball. It wasn't to trip him up. And Gyökeres, there was a little bit of embellishment there. You see him kind of lean into that, like his knee goes out. I don't know. It's obviously there's a different flow to the game that I don't understand because I didn't watch the game.
Yes.
But from first view, I don't know if that's a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why they didn't call it like that, I would assume. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, you'll have bias, but...
Yeah. All right, there we go. Do we have any more categories?
I don't think so.
Do we have any more categories? Or...
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I want to...
Huh? You want to just wrap it up here then?
Yes, I think so. I think this is the perfect place.
Do a countdown.
All right. And...
that is going to be all.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow all the socials that will be linked. And share. All the socials will be linked down below in the description. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Or just go to our profile. We have the link tree.
Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.